Hi, so in this video I'm going to take you behind the scenes in a recent wedding shoot we did in Red Hook. It took place at this amazing location by the river, the East River in fact, and you can see the great views of the Statue of Liberty as well as downtown Manhattan. The place is called Liberty Warehouse, which is just 3 stops from the ferry. I think it's 3 stops from the ferry in Manhattan. It's the ferry, I think it's Pier 11, you can take off Wall Street. And as you can see, it's just an amazing location, and we were happy to have this opportunity to film this wedding video for this lucky couple. And filming this wedding reminded me of where we started as a company here at Two Bridges. Nowadays, we actually do a lot more video production for businesses as well as brands in New York City. But like many videographers in New York City, we actually got started in weddings. I think that's how most people in New York City get started. The fact is, New York City is a very wonderful city for filmmaking and video production. There's a lot of amazing scenes that you can take. The setting is magnificent. I mean, Woody Allen made a career shooting films in New York City, so we all know how great New York City is when it comes to portraying it on film. And it's no wonder there are so many people wanting to be videographers or filmmakers in New York City. I mean, other than LA or maybe Paris or Venice or some other scenic location, I can't think of any other city where you can find such a great scenery or backdrop for film or video production. And as I was saying, most filmmakers don't really get started in film. They don't just jump into a Tarantino film. They actually start at the bottom. When we say start at the bottom, meaning that when we start at the bottom when it comes to video production, it's usually getting into weddings. And it's not because weddings are a bad thing, it's just that wedding is the easiest project and everyone can get started with. You can go to your friends and family, especially now with Facebook, where you have hundreds if not thousands of connections of family and friends. It's very easy enough to hit them all up and see who's having a wedding. And this is in fact how we got started at Two Bridges. We got started doing weddings for family and friends. So for a while, we did mostly weddings here at Two Bridges, and we just shot weddings from friends and family, recommendations from aunts and uncles, until we got our break. And our first break was shooting this brand video for this vodka company. It was called Bulldog Gin, which is no longer around because it was bought out. I think the brand itself you might still find in the shelves, but the brand itself was bought out by this Italian company. But that was our first corporate project, and then that led to getting called by Amazon, and then that led to getting called by Qatar Airways, and ever since then we've been working with the largest brands in New York City, and we've been focusing mostly on corporate video production. But we haven't forgotten our roots. We do still do weddings from time to time. It's close to narrative filmmaking as you can get. In narrative films, any filmmakers out there watching this video understand that films have specific beats to hit. You know, you have the story arc of the hero, you have the save the cat, the elements, you know, the ups and downs of the beats of the script itself, and you just have to hit these beats in order to create a compelling story. And same goes with weddings. You got the first look, you got the vows, you got the speeches. These are the beats that you've got to hit when it comes to weddings. And then the creativity comes in, which is what makes weddings great. Because it does have that creative element, which is very similar to narrative films. With narrative films, the reason why we all love it as filmmakers is because it has a creative element. And weddings does have the creative elements, especially when it comes to post-production and when you get into the edit part. So I just wanted to just share this experience, behind the scenes footage at the wedding that we did at Red Hook. I'll try to do more documentaries of what we do behind the scenes. I'm a big fan of Gary Vee, who talks about documenting your process and your journey. So this is part of that process of me documenting my journey as a filmmaker and video production company here in New York City.